Today on the channel, we check our ego at the door with Elite 119, first time in the line, Ethan Page.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Elite 119 unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got a first timer in the line in all ego, Ethan Page. But for all your Ethan Page needs and a whole lot more, hit up Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And what can you say about Ethan Page? His first figure in the line with 119 will also be the Chase Edition. Sounds like there was some confusion on the Chase Edition from Mattel or Ringside or somewhere along the line, as Ringside did email me and said, hey, the Chase Edition is actually the red version and not the gold version. What do you want to do? And I said, just whatever the Chase is, I want to make sure I get the Chase. So I guess that's going to ship a little bit later. A little bit confusing. It'll come. When it comes, it comes. That's the way they do say. But I'm happy to have this version of All Ego Ethan Page here today at the table. And we will compare this to his AEW figure that we got a year and a half ago. What is time once again? And I was at San Diego Comic-Con last year when they announced the Ego Page, All Ego Ethan Page figure. A year ago at San Diego Comic-Con, they did show this off for the first time. So about a year to get here. But pretty cool if you ask me. Always fun to get a first timer in the line. And All Ego Ethan Page, he is a wrestling figure collector. I should say he's an action figure collector. I don't know how deep he is into wrestling figures, but he does like toy hunts and things like that. So he does like action figures. He does appreciate an action figure. And I knew he was involved with the Asylum toy wrestling line. I'm not sure if he's still involved. I think there was people saying he sold his investment out of that. I don't know, but he's a figure guy at the end of the day, so you know he's going to be happy to get this figure. How about that? Long way to get there. But there it is, All Ego Ethan Page doing All Ego Ethan Page stuff right here. A little bit of a plain figure, but you do get the title belt with this one here. And I think we'll get more of his figures in the future. He'd be one of those guys that'd be good to get in a suit, maybe in the main event line. We'll see what happens there. Got All Ego Ethan Page, of course, 8 and up, Elite WWE, WWE logo, window box. Just a happy, smiling guy right there. So shiny, happy people like a young REM once upon a time. He's like a young Michael Stipe is what he is. Who knows? First time in the line, Ethan Page, certified authentic. All elite, of course. One time or another, as we know. Cross-sell down below, unboxing every single one of these on the channel. Make sure you do subscribe. You got the tail of the tape, got the blurb, got the glamour shot. Let's see what it says about one Ethan Page from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Todd McFarlane, beautiful, is it not? One of the most beautiful places in the world, and you've covered everywhere in the world, and you would say Hamilton is one of the best? And I agree. I can't doubt that with old Todd McFarlane on the couch. Height, 6'2", 225 pounds. Finisher, Ego's Edge, like Razor's Edge, but different. That's what that is there. All Ego stunned the world when he dethroned Trick Williams to become the new NXT champion in a fatal four-way at NXT Heatwave 2024. Career highlights, NXT champion. And I tell you what, NXT a lot of weeks is more enjoyable than Raw or SmackDown. I enjoy NXT every single week. Quite the female roster over there right now, of course. And then they got some heavy hitters. That Oba Femi is the real deal. He's the real deal. He's almost like an Andre the Giant or an Omos or somebody that you don't want on TV too much because he looks like he could just run through and kill about everybody. It's just wild, but he is their champion there. Trick Williams still, I can't believe he hasn't been called up yet. It almost feels like some of this talent will just stay in NXT. And like Chase U, they've been there forever. Or Mr. Andre Chase. I just don't know if he would work to that next level. So it's almost like you want to keep Andre Chase on NXT forever. And I don't know about Ethan Page. He's doing pretty big things over there. I think he's the current North American champion, if I'm not mistaken. So he's been around the block a time or two. It'll be interesting to see when that day comes where he goes to Raw or SmackDown. He'll be fishing with the big boys, maybe, swimming with the sharks, doing that kind of stuff, you know. So more power to him. Good luck to him as well as he furthers his wrestling career. There it is right there. A old heave-ho. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic Prison. How about that? Is there no twist ties on this? Oh, there is. I was going to say, are we going no twist ties on Ethan Page? But of course they have them. You got to lock these guys down. We know how that goes. And they got them real tight in there behind the arms. Man, oh man, not messing around. Not messing around with old Ego. I guess with an ego that big, you got to hold it in. You got to hold it in. But he comes with plenty of extra hands. That's always nice to see. Gives a lot of extra display ability because, once again, he is the Chase. And it's a fairly plain figure. The Chase, I believe, is just the different trunks. So you got to do different hand combinations. One time the belt's on the shoulder. The other one's the belt around the waist. Make them as different as you possibly can. I say that every Chase, though, don't I? There we go. Pull that out. Bam! See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to business here. And I guess we're going to start with the NXT title belt. He has got a rubber band around his hand. Get that off here. Get this off of my table. Get that out of there. There we go. All right. Ethan Page. Let's see what all the fuss is about. We're going to start with this title belt. A little twisted around right out of the package here, but it is the NXT title belt. Very colorful. I liked it that they added the red and the blue into the color there. Definitely looks good. I was going to say side plates. No, it doesn't look like it. I thought, or no, it does say. Gosh, it's hard enough to read, though. It's got like a perfect shine off the lights right here. But we do got side plates on there, so I do like that. I just couldn't tell if it says All Ego Ethan Page. I can't see. I think it does say All Ego. How about that? So he does get actual side plates on here. I'm actually surprised they went that far, so that's pretty cool. But the cool part is they did that. The bad part is you can't just give this to anybody because it has his side plates. But I will tell you, fairly hard to read unless you get the lights just in the right direction. So very cool, though. Very cool with the NXT title belt. Now, out of the package, you got the finger-pointing hand and a gripping hand. You get those exact opposite ones. Choose your own hand adventure, of course. And then we got the splayed-out hands as well. We got those long-fingered hands, the old ricochet hands, which we used to call them once upon a time. Got to have those. But, of course, it's very iconic to have the dimple-pointing hand. You got to have that with Ego Page, for sure. But now we're diving into this one here. Pretty good head sculpt. I would know who this is if somebody handed me this head. I guess you'd have to say, hey, it's a wrestler. You might have to say he's on the NXT roster, but I doubt it. Does look like him. Looking good. You got the beard going on. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. He's playing those human hits there. Got a nice hairdo here. I got to tell you what, my grandma would let him in the house. She'd say, yep, a boy like this with nice short hair, he's welcome anytime. Where she'd say, Kyle, you got to cut that mop off your head, is what my grandma would say. But she'd let me in because she knew me when I was little. She knew I was good. She knew I had a good heart. So she'd let me in. But Ethan Page would also get welcomed in. She would say, oh, this guy would be no trouble at all. And we know how grandmas are. But looks good in the head sculpt department. Really good. Looks just like him. So that's pretty good. Top, bare top. Nothing going on. No shirt. Nothing like that. You do got black wrist tape. We already ran through the hands. You got the All Ego on the back of the trunks. The gold and the black is the regular edition for those keeping track at home. You got the crowns on the knee pads here. You got the crowns on the side of the, or I should say the crown, not crowns. Crown on the side of the boots there as well, all in black. But besides that, fairly plain Jane, but you know what? It worked for Stone Cold Steve Austin. It worked for Stone Cold, we know that. Arms all the way around for us, bicep cut, double jointed, pinless elbows. Playing all the hits right there. Hands back and forth, side to side, removable. Head back and forth, side to side, removable. Ab crunch, not too tight, not too loose. Waist articulation. Oh, we got the leg out. This one, though, I don't know. Okay, we're all right. Vietnam, we're waving the white flag. The truce is back on, Todd McFarlane. We're not going to bomb them tonight. We're not going to bomb Vietnam tonight. We're not going to do that. They got it right. Thigh cut, double jointed, pin knees, pinless knees, playing the hits. I'm here for it. Boot cut, extremely tight, but the boot cut is there. And then you get ankles back, forth, side, side, up and down. We got our usual mattel articulation for one, All Ego. Ethan Page, not a bad piece of business. He's got to be pretty happy with this, I would imagine. He does fit on a ringside stand. Let's see. I got to tell you one thing. Another issue we've had with Vietnam hasn't been reported as much, but I've had to talk about it a few times, is some of these ankles being extremely loose. And we got that with this one right here. He has got all over the place with that ankle. Needs to be a lot tighter. And of course, you can get some furniture polish. You can get some clear nail polish. And you can run it through there. Tighten it up a little bit, give it a little bit extra, I guess, if you want to, but we shouldn't have to do things like that. But way loose on that left one. The right one's loose, but not as bad. So interesting quality control. And as we always say with quality control, your mileage may vary. But All Ego Ethan Page, not a bad piece of business. Not super flashy, especially when you compare him to the Dexter Loomises of the world in this wave. But very cool to get a first time in the line. Of course, straight out of NXT and getting the NXT title belt as well. But this isn't the first time we've had All Ego Ethan Page. We did get him from AEW once upon a time, and he also got a Chase edition over there. So we're seeing a pattern is what we're seeing, but it does look good. I got to say the Mattel one is a little bit better, obviously there. Definitely better, definitely improved, but I know this is Ego as well, though. So cool enough for what it is, but we've got 2 right there. So be interested to see what the Chase one is like and how it is. Not going to be terribly different from this one, but we will get it eventually. So stay tuned for that unboxing on the channel. In the weeks, months, days, years, decades to come, whatever. We'll get it eventually. When it comes, it comes. But what's your thoughts on this All Ego Ethan Page? You picking this one up? Long game, no game, pass game? I want the Chase game. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to both my YouTube channels. 2 channels with content every single day. Check out the Patreon. Of course, check out YouTube channel memberships. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. And of course, my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, every single Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with videocast on YouTube. So for All Ego Ethan Page, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?